live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Hey, hey, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, 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 we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go on to the real, some happy stuff that we can talk about here.
Yeah. All right. No problem.
All right. Is it Zach Maurides?
Maurides, yes.
Zach Maurides.
Yes.
So you told me about this story the other day, and I went
Yeah.
and looked a little bit into it to see exactly what he did and
Beastin'. I'm sorry.
how it impacted
Beastin', y'all.
how it impacted himself and others. So. He's a former Duke football player.
Duke offensive lineman. Yep.
And he had a
computer science
class.
Yep.
Where he had to develop an app.
It was specifically develop an app that will help with an area in your life.
That's right.
That is not, good right now, basically.
Right.
Yeah. That was the key part, I think, to this.
That because it was so personal to him.
Yeah.
So I saw this. So the name of his company, the name of what he's pushing is called Teamworks. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about exactly what the app does.
Okay. So let me back up and say. So what happened is he's at Duke. He's a football player.
Right,
if you don't understand, Jarrett could probably explain it to you better than I can. The rigorous schedule.
Oh yeah.
That a collegiate football player has because their day is pretty much planned out for them. From 5 o'clock in the morning till they go to bed at night. Yes. Pretty much. Am I right?
Yeah.
And so for Zach, it was the frustration of, I got to see a bazillion different people throughout the day, just from the athletic side. We're not talking about going to class. We're just talking about the people that he has to see on a daily basis and on the athletic side. From the coaches to trainers to strength and conditioning to the academic person to the nutritionist to it's just a lot. And so he was frustrated because he was like, man, how do you juggle this schedule and seeing all of these people? So when this assignment came in his computer science class, he decided he was going to create an app that would ease the schedule, like make it easy to see what the schedule is and not have to be running around trying to figure out, now where am I supposed to be? Like literally, from what I understand, the app kind of keeps you, it's time for
time to
go do it. Like that's kind of what it does. And so he created, which I'm impressed with because he wasn't even he wasn't even in the tech like that. Right. That wasn't even his major. He was a business major. So for him to have taken that upon himself, but that's how God works. It'll be something just like that. Right. They'll be like, yep, you blow up off of something just like that. So he took the app and he created a schedule. It's a scheduling app essentially, and he created it and took it to his coaches. At Duke, and they were like, oh,
wait, what?
Oh, this is pretty cool. Wait, we're going to get everybody to use this. So first it was all the football. It was just a football team. But then it spread to all of the Duke athletics.
Right.
So now you got an app that is being used by the whole Duke athletics department while you're a student at Duke.
Right.
Okay. So if it stopped there, we'd be like, that's impressive.
That's impressive enough?
That's impressive, right? That ain't where it stopped, y'all. Zach is the man. That's all I'm going to tell you. So Zach graduated. Zach said, you know what? I'm going to go work for a tech firm. I created an app that everybody using at school. I'm going to go work. He worked for an IT firm. He was like, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to work for nobody else. Right. And he was like, I'm going to just go do my own thing in IT. So he got with a software engineer. And they kind of made the app more robust. They kind of, firmed it up and shored it up. Right. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
So then what? The big deal. The big deal. Well, who didn't turn around to use the app? The NCAA.
Oh, I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
Was it somebody bigger than?
No,
So now the NCAA uses the app. I'm not sure if every single school.
It's for March Madness.
But right. So
it's for March. Listen. Again, if you don't know sports, March Madness is the time of the year.
That's a big deal.
when a whole bunch of basketball teams from colleges all over the country go to they converge on different parts of the country to start anyway, and then they whittle it down until they get to the Sweet 16, and then they come together. Is that when it comes together?
I think the Final Four, because the Sweet 16 they're still in their
brackets,
still in their regions.
Okay.
So it's 4 different regions and
the Elite Eight. So they gotta come together before the Final Four, don't they? Well, I guess not. They can do the Elite Eight. Okay.
Yeah, so then so those 8 teams are still playing in those 4 regions. So after the winner of those 4 regions, they come to the Final Four. Yeah.
So imagine though, it starts at like 128 teams.
No.
64.
60. It starts at like 66 to 68. And what it did, they started adding the play-in game.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So it's like 68 teams, and 2 teams in each bracket end up having to. There's 4 brackets, or it's 4 regions. 2 teams in each region have to play in the game to get into the tournament. Right. But it's still a part of the tournament.
Either way, we talking 65, 66 teams. So that's a big deal.
Yeah.
66 colleges across the country. And so they're all using this app to make sure that the games and everything, because that's a monkey. If you've ever been to listen, because it's one game right after the other. Like, it is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Even if you're just watching on TV, you see the teams be standing in the hall waiting because it's their turn. Like, it's just that. It's crazy.
It's like each venue probably has, like, in that first weekend, each venue probably has somewhere around 4 or 5 games at that venue.
A day. A day.
Just at that venue. And basketball games spawn between about 2.5.
Yeah.
Not maybe 2.5 hours, and that takes up a whole day.
And so they have adopted. Basically, they've taken in this app to use through the NCAA for March Madness. Probably no telling who else using it at this point. Right. But for me, when we talked about it, you were like, "Ooh, that's huge." Right. He making that paper. Yes, he's making that paper, y'all.
Yes, he is.
All from an app that he created just to make his life easier.
Crazy.
It's
funny how that works.
I'm like, what? Like, where's mine?
So one of the things that said, I wanted to pull this up, that Northwestern University became Teamwork's first client beyond Duke.
Okay.
And so I want to say this was before he
took it out
into in the NCAA kind of adopted it. It was Northwestern that was the other school that first picked it up and ran with it.
I love it. I just love it. This is an onto the reel that I love because we try to find the ones where people are passionate about the thing. And so this is one that's like, sometimes you just luck up sometimes, but
sometimes you fall right into your purpose.
You fall into your purpose. And so this is one of those situations where he just, he was like, I'm trying to make my life easier, and if it make your life easier, great.
Cool. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
We can all make life
That's
easier.
right. And I just feel like it's important to talk about the fact that he used it for himself, but he wasn't afraid to go and share.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, no. Yeah, somebody else could benefit from this. And I'm sure that's probably what really happened. Yeah. Is he was doing it, and his friends were like, what are you doing? He was like, I got this app I created. And then they started using it, and then it got to the coaches, and then they were like, wait, we want it for everyone.
Spread like wildfire.
So, good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Shout out to, I forgot his name.
Zach.
Zach Maurides.
Maurides. Yep.
Shout out to you, Zach, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations on being the onto the real spotlight.
Yeah, for real.
All right, feel good final thought. I know this is a story that you love, not just because of how he portrays himself as a man, but that he's a Georgia boy.
Yeah.
Former quarterback of Clemson University and current quarterback of the Houston Texans, Deshaun Watson.
Yes.
Took his talents to the Jordan.
Oh my gosh! Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
But Deshaun Watson.
Oh my God.
He wasn't even going to get baptized.
No, I told you he was just on it was I can't remember the name of the company.
Right.
That they take celebrities and like I guess wealthier individuals
right.
on tours of the Middle East and Israel and
right.
Yeah. And so he was just a part of the tour. Just I guess for him he wanted that's what I love. He wanted to go see the Holy Land. You know what I mean? So that was his whole point for going. Right. But it touched me to see that he actually took the time to be baptized in the Jordan River while he was there. And I just thought that was really, really cool. Like, he's just such a good dude. He a Steph Curry type dude. Like, you can't be mad at him. Like,
it's hard to not like the guy.
Yeah.
He was traveling with America's Voices.
America's Voices. That's what it is. Yeah.
And I just think it was big. Like, I'm sure that's a big moment.
Oh my God! I would listen. As germophobic as I am.
Oh yeah.
I don't even want to get in no pool that's got chlorine in it.
I was just about to say. We just got finished talking about the pool that you want to get in. You getting in the Jordan?
It's a special thing. I just have to go and be okay with it, you know.
And I liken it to like I have some family members who practice Islam, and a few of them made the pilgrimage to Mecca. And I liken this to that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
As a Christian, being baptized in the same water that your Savior was baptized in. Like,
oh, that gives me chills just thinking about it. Like, I would take myself over there and get in that dirty water in a heartbeat. Like, Lord Jesus, for you? Yes.
I can tell you one thing. You be jumping out of that thing real quick.
Be like, listen, I just need to beeline of where the shower is. That's exactly what I be saying. Man, what? I can't even lie. That would absolutely be that would be it for me.
Yeah, and it's funny too. Like we were talking about it the other day. Like we had chosen a feel good final thought for this week, and we couldn't remember it. Which usually like we write it down, and we know
one of us would have had it. Yeah.
And so we were like, wait, what was it?
Yeah. It don't matter.
When you brought up this story, I was like, oh nah.
It don't even matter. Yeah.
With Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Good dude. Congratulations.
Congratulations, man. That's big.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was awesome. So, yeah, okay.
We at the end of another one.
Yes.
I gotta tell you guys, like, I was super late today. The last couple of weeks, have been Daddy Day Camp. So last week Jack was a little bit sick, and so we had to do the show at my house. Yep. And this week I was on a field trip with my child, and Lord have mercy, if he was a fraction of how he was on this trip, I'm going to do some serious praying for his teachers. Nah. My kid is super active, and he wants to do everything. He doesn't want any help.
Oh well.
But in all honesty, he was on his best behavior today.
Okay.
He really was on his best behavior.
My Jack.
Yeah, he had a moment or two where he wanted to do what he wanted to do, but with Daddy being there, he listen. He weighed that out. Like, wait, Daddy, no, okay. Like, I ain't trying. I ain't crazy, right? I ain't crazy. I'm not gonna do that today. Right. Yeah. So good stuff. Good stuff. But all right. We thank you guys so much for continuing to listen. We're gonna continue to put these out, regardless if you listen or not. But no, keep listening. Oh.
Lord.
Keep listening.
Yeah.
We appreciate your feedback.
Yeah.
Please interact with us some more
on whatever platform.
On whatever platform. And honestly, I need to interact with you all more on whatever platform because I've been super trash at posting and stuff like that. So please forgive me.
I try not to.
So I know Stephanie be looking at me like.
Originally, I was the person doing the IG stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, you got to do this.
You got to do something.
And then I be trying not to. I do. Because I can still do things. So if you want me to take it back, I will.
Well, I just, as long we got to set up this Hootsuite because that'll help me a lot. Okay. But, yeah, so there's going to be some times where it's going to be like, Jarrett, did you post something today? I got it.
Yeah. Like, I was like, wait. I like with the Rennie thing. I was like, I got to go and put this out here because this is my boy. I'm not, I'm sorry, sir. Yeah.
Posting that now.
But all good. Y'all follow us on, speaking of IG, follow us at our IG with Feel to the Real. Twitter.
On Twitter.
At Feel to the Real.
Email us feeltothereal@gmail.com. And
YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. Feel to the Real. So you can go and binge all of our episodes.
I did yesterday. Like literally, I sat and I watched at least 2 shows.
Okay.
So it was like about 8 or 9.
They get chopped up, and we chop up the segments so that you can watch a clip of it and not watch it in its entirety like you listening to the podcast.
Right. Yeah. So we're excited about y'all continuing to ride with us. And we praying for some major things to come forth from our doing this because I don't know if you know, but we're the only male-female sports podcast.
Really?
Yeah. That I know of. I looked into it. I didn't see anyone.
So when we were talking about this when we first started, because remember we had this conversation and we talked about Jamel Hill and Michael Smith, and I was talking about how I was just so inspired by them, and I watched their show even when it was Numbers Never Lie.
Yep, I loved it
all the way up through His and Hers until they got to Sports Center, and I think that was the downfall. And I hate so much that they made that decision. And I know it was a money decision.
Yeah, but no.
And it was a high profile decision.
No.
I need my His and Hers back.
Some stuff was just not worth it.
Yeah. Because they said they had complete autonomy with
His and Hers. Yeah, I could tell.
They tried to make them different.
Look, I could tell.
But so I went and looked into it back then, and I didn't see anybody. But I didn't even really pay much attention to it. So
and I haven't looked in a while, but I don't believe so.
Okay, we're gonna start putting this as our tagline: the only men and women.
I'm just saying, hey,
sports podcast.
I'm just saying. So, like, it's somebody out there that need to see that, hear that, understand that, and come on through. That's all I can say. Come on through.
Yay, man.
Especially before I leave here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we can get this back and forth popping off to record and shoot this podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh, they don't. I just said they don't really know though, because that's on the.
Oh, that's on the. Ooh.
Anyway, yeah.
See y'all. At this point, let me put it.
See y'all on that one. Okay.
Nah, but we love you guys.
Yeah.
Peace.
Put the cameras on me. 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 Put the cameras on me.